Hello, hello, hi, hi, folks. Welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side gig. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So I titled this as parenting thoughts. I don't want to give advice because then you'd really come down on me. So parenting thoughts from somebody who's not a parent. So I'm not giving advice because some of you will not like it. Jenny, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So, I was talking to a friend and we were talking about kids and parenting and whatnot. And a couple of thoughts came up. And I don't know, I was trying to think if I had actually done a live about this before or not, but I don't remember. I may have brought up a couple things here and there in different lives, but I don't think I've ever done a live. And this is not going to be a long live. I'm not going to do like a whole, breakdown for you. But I do want to give a couple of thoughts about parenting from somebody who's not a parent. But I've definitely been a kid. Some argue I'm still a kid, But I was talking to a friend and I was saying, it's interesting. Parenting, it's interesting because, so just to give you a little background, my background is at one point I wanted to be a heart surgeon. That's a whole other live. I don't know if I've done a live on that or not, but I've done dissection work on humans and things of that sort for about 3 years. But then I switched and I went to psychology. And then the reason why I went to psychology, because I wanted to study human behavior, my emphasis on child behavior. So I got to understand a little bit about the human mind and stuff. I've just always been very intrigued, right? And when it comes to kids, I'm very, very, very sensitive. I know I'm not a parent, but I'm very sensitive when it comes to kids because of my own childhood. Because that's then definitely a whole other lives. But because of that, I'm very sensitive. And one major reason is because of my stuttering, because stuttering started for me when I was 6 years old, right? And so when it comes to parenting and kids and stuff, it's very important to me. I'm very sensitive when it comes to this stuff. And I love kids, by the way. And kids seem to love me as well. So here's a couple of thoughts. And the more I get into my space of direct sales, network marketing, working with moms, dads, hearing crazy stories, the more I'm involved, the more I hear that parents are homeschooling their kids, which I absolutely actually love. I love the idea of homeschooling. Now, before I didn't, but now I do. Now, let me give you a couple thoughts. Here's a couple thoughts around parenting, okay? Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate it. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. I love how you love my advices and my recommendations. I love it. So, if you want to be a chef, if you want to work in a restaurant, okay, you got to get a license. You got to get your chef license. If you want to sell homes, you got to get what? A license. Got to get your real estate license. If you want to sell cars, you got to get what? A license. A license. You want to be a doctor, you got to get what? A license. If you want to cut somebody's hair, you got to get what? A license. You want to work on somebody's skin, you got to get what? A license. You want to drive a car, you got to get what? A license. You got to get a license, which means you got to study, take a test, pass it by some standards, and you're given a license, which means what? You've passed criteria where you can now do this, right? So you got to get a license for pretty much everything. The only thing you don't need a license for is parenting. You don't need a license to become a mom or a dad. And that's kind of sad. I've always shared this. This is not my first time. If you know me on a personal note, you know this is what I've talked about for years. And that's sad. I'll give you a couple, I'll give you 3 things that I think it has to happen before you become a parent, okay? It has to. These 3 have to be there. If they're not there, I don't think it's time for you to become a parent, right? One is that it's out of love and not out of necessity or pity. What does that mean? So many couples think if they have a kid, they can solve their marital problems. Let me tell you something. That is not how it works. That is not how it works. You do not bring another human being who can't even walk or talk or anything to play God in your relationship and save everything. You don't, please. The kid has got to be out of love, not out of necessity or pity or society or your grandparents or parents telling you, hey, when are you going to have a baby? No. This baby, this is the first. This baby needs to come out of absolute love, which means 2 people decide, wow, we're going to unite and we're going to have a baby just because we want to have another human being out of us. Not because, oh, we got the white picket fence, we got the dog, well, we got to have a kid now. No. That's not real positive, okay? I don't care what you tell me. I'm not buying that. I don't care what you tell me. And I've heard so many things. You cannot change my mind on that, okay? Got to be out of love. Second thing, you got to find somebody that you say, you know what? He or she has qualities that I really like. And I would love to see that duplicate and pass on. I would love to see that. You meet somebody that they match you. They match your principles, your values, your morals. And you're like, you know what? I really like where this is going. Right? And I appreciate your qualities. I love to duplicate that. You know, I love to pass that on. Right? And here's the thing, that a child, keep in mind, you have a very big responsibility. Now, I haven't even got into like special needs parents. Like you, Jenny, that's a whole different ball game. That's next level parenting. That truly I wouldn't understand. You know, that's so much, you know. But I'll get to that in a second too. But remember, you've been a parent, and I talk about this all the time. We take that. That's a big responsibility. I'll give you this. Look, this kid could turn out to be Mother what? Teresa, right? I mean, Mother Teresa had a mom and a dad, right? Okay, so this kid could turn out to be that. But then this kid could also turn out to be Hitler. Think about that. Hitler had parents too. You have such a massive responsibility, not just because you're bringing a child here in your home, but because this person is going to play some kind of a role in the world. And you kind of set the tone. So you just jump in and you're like, I'm a parent now, right? These days you can plan everything, right? And then the third thing is this: get yourself a license. Now, I don't mean to go get yourself a parenting license, right? Get yourself some books, read a little bit, go to some classes, figure some stuff out with your partner. This is important. You're playing with your lives and somebody else's, right? So I feel like parenting is such a huge thing, that now once you're a parent, then you're a parent already. I'm talking about before you become a parent. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about the get-go. I'm talking about people just, you've got to treat that whole parenting and child and everything with a lot more care and understanding and seriousness. Remember, it's got to be out of love, not pity and necessity and society and everybody telling you the clock is ticking. You got to dig somebody you're going to have a kid with. You got to like their qualities and say, you know what, I would love to see that pass on. If you're with somebody who's abusive and beats you up and is a crook, why would you want to have a kid with that person? Think about that. Like, why? Because those are qualities that you admire and you want to pass on? Or you're just kind of hoping and praying that doesn't pass on? Dude, you got to bake a cake in a bakery. You got to get yourself a license. They won't give you a job. Right? And third, you got to study a little bit, read a little bit, hey, understand child psychology a little bit. Somebody shared with me the other day a clip, 8 different cries from a baby, like a month old or 2 month old. 8 different cries that he tells you if they're hungry, they're what, and it was amazing. I thought it was amazing. I hadn't seen that before. I thought, that's amazing, right? So study a little bit, read up a little bit, and then if you get to be, special needs parent, man, so much respect, because I have close friends who are parents to special needs, and I know the effort and the dedication and just the pure love, and I know how much it takes. And then if you're watching this and you're a parent, and listen, if you're a parent of a special needs and then you go adopt one, these are parents. I'm talking about these guys are wanting to make a difference with what they do with the kids. That's massive. That's good stuff. That's awesome. You know, that's awesome. So if you think you don't play a role in the kid's life, you do, especially the first 8 years. That is crucial. So please, pretty please, if you're thinking about it, make sure these 3 at least are there. You know, that is, it's got to be out of love. You know, and I really truly feel that. And you see cases where, I'm going to end with it. I could go on with this forever. You see cases where the first one was not out of love, right? And then they're like, oh, you know what? We'll bring a second one to fix up the first one. I mean, come on. Okay. No, please. You don't know what you're doing to these kids, please. You know what's, okay, this is the last thing I'll say and I'll drop it, okay? The funny thing is, all of us who are adults right now, all of us, all right, 99% of us, okay, are complaining about our childhood, right? We're complaining about how we were brought up and what our parents did to me and, you know, our grandparents or whoever cared for you. We're complaining about all that stuff, right? And then we don't see it, that we're passing it on, like, to our own kids. Like, we don't, like, guess what? They're going to become adults like you and I, and they're going to talk crap about you guys. I'm not going to, I mean, that's the truth. They're going to say, oh, my parents, you know, they screwed me when I was young, you know. That's what's going to happen unless you do your homework, you do things correctly in the beginning. The foundation is built on solid ground, and you don't neglect some of the basics. And I think it's so important that you know, you take such a massive responsibility about being a parent or becoming a parent. And I have so much respect for parents. Listen, I have so much respect for parents, and oh my God. And then there's single parents, and then there's single special needs. Oh my goodness. My hat goes off to you guys. So with that, I hope you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, whatever they may be, down in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. Be brave. I'll respond to everything. I'll probably like everything, Jenny. I'm just kidding. And with that, I appreciate you guys. If you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people, share it on your wall. Hey, maybe you got a couple parents that wouldn't, yeah, exactly, wouldn't mind listening to this, you know. Hey, you never know. So that would be awesome. With that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side gig. Signing off until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.